with me. Big A's. And welcome once again to the Schaefer two-car garage and small engine shop. I thought I'd make a short video on this Ariens Zoom 34 that my friend Craig brought to me. Said it was terribly hard to start, and could I take a look at it? So let me bring you in a little closer and I'll show you what all I did to it. I started off by looking at all the usual suspects. The first thing that stood out was the fuel filter, which probably will still pass gas, but it is obviously well past its prime. So I put a new fuel filter on. Then I looked at the air cleaner, clean and new. Oil, full and fresh. So I looked down here on the carburetor at the float bowl solenoid in full operation. With the new fuel filter on, it was filling the carburetor up very promptly. Pull the spark plug. It was an ancient and very rusted Bosch spark plug, which I threw in the trash and replaced with a brand new Champion R12YC. I'm a Champion spark plug guy. Different strokes for different folks. But the main suspect in my mind is the valves. I popped the valve cover off, and which apparently had never been removed. Now, this is a 2005 engine, which was put on to this zero turn after the original engine burned up or exploded. I'm not sure what happened to it, but I suspect it came with probably a 16 or 17 horse, maybe even a 19 horse Kohler Courage, which are prone to self-destruct. And Ariens Gravely uses a lot of those engines, used a lot of them. Now they've upgraded to the newer Kohler models. But I pulled the valves cover off and reset both the valves, intake at 4,000s, exhaust at 6,000s, made sure the compression release was working, which is another thing that I was suspicious of, because these Briggs engines, which might be labeled Power Built as this one is, or Power Built IC or Intech IC, they are notoriously prone for the camshafts to fail on them, the compression release to break, fall in the bottom of the crankcase, and maybe even get stuck and tear the whole camshaft up. But this one appeared to be okay. So I reset the valves on it, and sure enough, it fired right up. And it continues to fire right up. I have taken the carburetor apart and thoroughly cleaned it, because the engine did not idle worth a hoot. And so I cleaned out the pilot jet opening and soaked the whole carburetor in solvent. I don't have one of those little tanks that you can put these things in, because I don't fool with that many carburetors. But I soaked it in solvent, and I can tell you it's running pretty good. All these big singles, whether it's a Intech or Power Built or Kohler, whatever they are, particularly the Kohler Courageous. They have got big counterweights on them, and the engines do tend to make some noise. But as you can see, it fires right up. When Craig brought it over, he thought it needed a starter, but the starter is, it can have a hard time to turn these engines over if the valves are not set correctly. So it's going back home. It's got a clean carburetor, clean air filter, clean oil. Battery's strong. I load tested the battery, greased the front wheels, and this mower is ready to return to full duty. It's a good little mower. I like these little small Gravely and Ariens models. They're nice homeowner units because they're small and easy to mow around your flower beds and so forth. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helps someone.